Well, hello everyone and welcome to this evening's video. I had placed a morning video in case some of you did not see that, and it was all about the 1963 money-saving kitchen. Today is a little bit of a reset. It's Wednesday. It's time to take a break from the midweek. The beginning of the week was somewhat busy for me, and I have a lot to do at the end of the week. But today I'm just going to share with you a peaceful video. It's about time for one of those, don't you think? I have shared a lot the last couple weeks, and some of them were not in my normal nature. But I am back to sharing with you what I do on an everyday basis, how I prepare, how do I live my life, how is my life here in Dew Valley. Well, I wanted to show you our backyard and what it looks like, and I can't believe how beautiful the grass is because we've had such a droughtful summer, but everything is just looking so nice. I hope you didn't miss a video where we redid the out porch. I can't call that an out porch anymore because it's actually a building now. This is the late afternoon, and towards the end of the day, I fill all of my fountains and I put water, and I water all of my raised garden beds. It's somewhat of a habit I do, and it's relaxing to me. And then I'll show you what else I was working on. Life gets so busy, and sometimes I can get caught up in the what do I have to do next week and the next week. And I try to live in the here and now. That's something I didn't grow up with. My mother was constantly busy and constantly stressing and worrying about tomorrow. She really never took a whole lot of time for today. So slow living and all of that, while I love it, it is a challenge for me. I am not a slow living kind of person. But as I age, I realize I need to be more proactive in my health and just taking it a little easier. Tessie, I can't do everything in one day. Through the summer months, I've done a lot of videos on harvesting my herbs because that gives me one of the greatest pleasures that I have. And I am still harvesting my lemon verbena. I absolutely enjoy it. As you can see, the garden is getting less and less and less. And I cannot complain. I did harvest quite a bit from my garden this year, but it's a mixture of herbs and spices and tomatoes and celery, and I had a lot of little onions and garlic. It's enough to keep me pretty much supplied all winter long. So I'm just working out in my garden today, and then I'll show you what I did with all of the herbs and how I implement them in my day-to-day life. A lot of people ask me, well, what do you do with this and what do you do with that? You know, just smelling them can really brighten a person's day, even just growing them for the sake of having something fun to grow in the summertime. But I use my herbs all winter long. So what I did is I have all of my herbs dried now, and I made these beautiful labels off the internet. I put some stickers on them. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work at my little table, and we're going to put everything together. And then I found this. I didn't know what it was because I totally redid some of my pantries again. Yes, I know. I enjoy that so much. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about clutter, and Mrs. Elizabeth Elliott. Now, she had a podcast. Of course, she's not living anymore, and she talked about clutter. And while I agreed with most of her things, a few of the things I didn't quite agree with, and I want to share that with all of you. So it's dried orange. So we're going to go ahead and put this. I don't label my stuff. I really should label my stuff better. All right, so let's go set up our little area here. I love Elizabeth Elliott. I love her words. I love all of her teachings. But recently I came across a video that she did back in the 1980s, and it was about clutter. And while I agree with everything she said, there was one thing I didn't quite agree with. So let's work on this quick. She said that people waste time organizing things, and that may be true to some people, but some people like me, it's very healthy and I love organizing things. It gives me a peace and it gives me happiness. So I think it's not for everyone. That's why we shouldn't lump everything as the same. For some people, having clutter, like this kind of clutter, would just send them to the moon. While people like me, this kind of clutter gives me so much energy and so much fun, especially after a long day. All right, so I'm going to go to the garden and harvest some more lemon verbena. So in about 1 week, it will dry, and then I can add some more for the winter time. I think it's important to find your passion in life, no matter how old or how young you are. So many times people say when they were young they had their passion, but somewhere along the line they lost it. The stress and the worries of the world became too much for them to bear. They put their own interests on the back burner and said, someday I'll do this, someday I'll do that. As a little girl, I have always wanted to be a homemaker. I always wanted to have my own little garden, my own little dew valley, my little place in the world where I can have peace. And when people come visit, they remark how beautiful and peaceful it is. Doing so took a lot of work, a lot of effort. But through the years, I've done what I wanted to. I created the environment and the home that I wanted. I didn't wait until I was 50, 60, or 70 years old to decide to have my fun. I decided to do it right away. I don't have hardly any regrets in life. Of course, we all have regrets, but I don't have many of them because the journey has been one full of inspiration for me. Life has a lot of sadness, a lot of joys, and it's all mixed up together. Everyone's life is different, and everyone has to go through different seasons of their life. I will continue to go through seasons in my life, but through it all, I've done all of the things that I wanted to do. You may say I set my goals really low. You may say that I really don't have too many ambitions in life, and I can tell you one thing. It's what I wanted, and I created it. See, sometimes in life, you have to create the peace that you wish to have. It's not going to come to you on a silver spoon. Sometimes it requires a lot of work and a lot of effort. But after the end of a long day, the work was worth it all. And I hope that I show this in my videos, that no matter where you live, you can still live your dream. Yes, even if it's fictional, Dew Valley, it's my dream and it's my home.